Hello again, Marcus here, founder of Food Profits. You'll remember in the last video I asked you to have a think about why your food costs might be too high. In 3 different areas, you'll remember that, I'm sure. I just want to touch on one of those areas now, and that is wastage. Because in our industry, there's an awful lot of waste. And I want you to think about a few areas. Area number 1 might be, when you're prepping, what are you wasting? What food are you throwing away that might be able to be used? That will contribute to your food costs too high. Also think about, do your waiters and waitresses ever get an order wrong? Do you ever have a system whereby that the order's wrong, you prep the food, you've cooked the food, and then actually it goes out to the customer, comes back in because they didn't order it, it's the wrong meal, and you ultimately end up throwing it away, because that's a lot of food wastage and that's going to affect your food costs. And the other thing to consider also is, when the customer's plates come back to you, how much is left on the plate? Have you ever considered how much food's left on the plate? Because if you're giving really big portions away, the food isn't being eaten by the customer, and ultimately it's going to get thrown away, which means that that food which is now wasted because you've given too big a portion away could have been used on somebody else's plate that then can make you more money. So again, it's going to impact on your food costs being too high. So there's a few things to think about there, and also you might be aware of this, I'm sure you're aware of this, but if you give somebody too much as a main course, they're not going to have a dessert. 80% of diners don't eat dessert. So a big opportunity missed there, again, to make some more margin in your business. So there's a few areas to think about there on why you might perceive that your food costs are too high. But when we, on many occasions, have worked with pubs and restaurants and cafes, and we start to delve into this, often it's not the food costs are too high, it's all those other costs in the business that are too high that actually haven't been addressed, where we think it's just the food costs. And it's those other areas that I suggest you go and look at actually within your business where your break-even level is. Until I see you next time, be the very best for yourself today and every day, for yourself, your staff and your customers.